Okay. Okay. To be honest, I don't know why I want to be a musician, and I don't know if I am a musician. Musician is just a word. Music is everywhere. Everywhere. Participating in the experience of the sound around you is something we can all do. And to play a guitar is one of the most exciting things in the world. I want to be a worthy musician. There are times where I don't feel that I know anything, where I can play and nothing's happening and it feels dead. I know I'm playing too loud because the guys in the fluoro vests come and tell me to go, pack up and go. And then I'm not a musician anymore. It's very sad.
Started with a sound. Look, you hear this solid ground. We're living in the skin, yet there's a fire deep within. There's an ozone hole.
Well, I was actually a competitor of my father's, because a son wants to compete with his father. He doesn't feel that he's influenced by his father. He wants to be better than his father. In the shadow of my father, it's impossible for me or for my brothers, all four of us. We are dismal failures compared to my father. I have lived in the shadow of his great achievements all my life. You know, he was a surgeon, he was a writer, he was a painter of remarkable ability. So trying to live up to that has been impossible. So I took a kind of different course. Whereas he was super disciplined, I've been super random.
We are not to be.
And my father taught me that. He told me you need some kind of stable backstop in order to survive. I, fortunately or unfortunately, I did not listen to his advice. I did not get a backstop of a trade or a profession or qualification or some kind of skill in some other area. I didn't do that. So all I have, it's me and my guitar and the world.
We are not to leave. That is all I need to know. Will I feel your heat standing in the shadow of you?
If you're busking, you're actually meeting people who actually happen to share, more or less share the same geographical space you do. And I find that concept much more fascinating than sitting at a computer and talking to millions of people all over the world who, at the end of the day, are not going to bat an eyelid if I keel over and die. They're not going to care at all. Whereas people who live in your neighborhood actually might care if you get sick or if you don't feel good, or they might just encourage you and they might just say, hey, come with me, I'll buy you a coffee. You can't get that online, and you're never ever gonna find that online. So yeah, busking is very friendly.
With an apple in your hand, down here we're all wondering what a loss for Sam. Cake and Navarro is morning. Play was written like the fall.
So when you're on the street, there are a lot of other people who want to be there. Not just people getting about their business, but there are also people who like to linger in the street, and for various reasons. And normally it's okay, but I think you might have witnessed when it isn't okay and where they feel that you are intruding on their space. There was the lady, very drunk indeed, outside the Louis Vuitton shop, and she decided that she was more important than we were, and that that was really her space, and that I ought not to have been there. I have tried to be as friendly as I can, but some days not. Some days I don't feel very friendly, but I sort of feel homeless myself, and although I am not homeless, I feel like that I am a street person too. When I play on the street people as perhaps my colleagues rather than in another world. They're in the same world as I am. They appreciate the street, and that's why they're there. They find the street fascinating, and they're addicted to it, and they're addicted to all of that motion and that activity and color and vibrancy, and how nothing is the same from one moment to the next. The street is like a river, and you can never step into the same river twice, and you can never step into the same street twice.
If it's a choice, then it better be love. Come from above. Stick of love.
I think the idea of playing a show was something I did in order to play in a quiet environment.
Sugar talk.
Just get into an environment where I can play.
That's what Mrs. Jacko was telling me on the flight. I like it.
As if you invite your friends along and we share the experience and we have a really good time. This is the interesting thing, people. When I did my last show, I was sponsored advertising at great expense in a rather high-profile radio station, and they did the whole 9 yards, and they interviewed me, and as a consequence of that, we got 2 people.
Oh, just out of curiosity, did anybody come as a result of BFM advertising? Can you put your hand up? Not one person. You've got to be kidding me. Not one person. That's amazing. The power of radio.
Do I think I am successful? Well, when Prince died with $300 million in the bank, yeah? Do you think he was successful? Prince, have you heard of Prince? Yeah? He died with hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, yeah? Control of his music, decades career. Do you think he was successful? Well, everybody knows he was successful. Elvis Presley, everybody knows he was successful. But take Elvis, for instance. He didn't think he was successful. He died very unhappy. He was still trying to prove himself when he died. Even though he'd already reached hundreds of millions of people, sold more records than anyone in history, pretty much. He didn't feel successful, so I guess the key thing for an artist is to not feel successful, because when you don't feel successful, you will keep producing work. Yeah. But am I successful? It's an interesting question. No, not successful. No. That's the answer, yeah. No.
Nobody knows what you're going through. They say that they've been there. What they say is not true.
My favourite line in a song for this, to answer your question, is I should be depressed, my life's a mess, but I'm having a good
They're not
time.
gonna tell you that, 'cause nobody dares, nobody dares.
Won't you murder me now? I just wanna die. I got a bad case of the flu, that's why I came one way, to be murdered by you.